Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and today I'm going to give you guys an asset to actually go out there and make a ton of money. Now, obviously, when it comes to having a van, for example, if you just have a van, it loses a ton of value every single year, makes no sense. But if you have a van and a business plan that can actually make you a ton of money. So today I'm going to give you guys 10 ideas of things you can actually go ahead and do with a van to turn it into a money-making machine and potentially make yourself go independent. Now, if you guys are new here, I post videos every single day, so make sure to also subscribe and hit the bell to get notified. On top of that, also destroying the like button. Now, the very first thing is this, guys. I always find myself on Craigslist looking at free things I could actually get for free, just pick it up, right? And then go ahead and sell it for a profit. The problem is, I don't have a van, right? But if you do have a van, here's exactly what you do. And by the way, obviously, when you do this business, you're gonna have to pay for a van. That might cost based on the van you're actually going to buy. On top of that is insurance and maintenance. And also, if you're gonna start a full-blown business, there's also gonna be LLC fees or whatever type of corporation you actually want to start. Now, thankfully, I have a full video on how to create a corporation step by step without paying a single dollar and actually making an extra $100 by opening up a credit card that actually gives you a bonus when you actually open up. So I'll put a link down below on how to open up an LLC for free. But the very first idea is this, guys, okay? It's all about going on Craigslist and picking up free stuff and then going ahead and selling it. So for example, here is the Craigslist website. Now, if I wanted to, for example, all you have to do is just go to the for sale section and click right down here where it says free. And everything is going to pop up here. Now let me just zoom out here, and everything is going to pop up right here. For example, I don't think you want to get somebody's used toothbrush. Obviously, you don't want that, but there's furniture to actually get. Some monitors, some knives. There's a lot of things you can actually go ahead and pick up. You even have office furniture, like this desk right here. You can actually go ahead and pick up. Don't pick up like crap. Obviously, for example, like a toilet that's used and it was basically from a remodeling. Unless you know what you're doing, usually this stuff you actually want to ignore, or sometimes hit them up and say, hey, I'll dispose it for you if you pay me a fee. That way, you actually make some money on your way. But there's a lot of stuff you can actually go ahead and pick up and just put some fuel in your van and go ahead and pick up. For example, you have this twin bed with pull-out drawers made out of wood, amazing. You also have drawers. You have a lot of stuff you can actually go ahead and pick up. Even TVs. Now, TVs usually, they don't work unless like non-smart, then they actually go ahead and give it away. But usually, they are for parts. If you know how to sell these things, then great. You can actually go ahead and pick them up and then go ahead and sell them for parts to somebody else that actually needs them. You also have fridges. Now, fridges, usually, people don't want to deal with throwing them out, or for example, taking them out of their house. So usually the idea is, hey, you can have it for free if you come to my house, take it out, and then put it in your truck and then carry it away. If you want to do that, great. If you don't, say, hey, I'll pick it up for you and dispose of it for you. And that way, I'll also charge you a fee. But the point is, guys, there's a lot of free stuff on Craigslist. But on top of that, there's also a lot of free stuff on Facebook. So if you go right down here to the categories and you go, for example, to the free stuff, there is a lot of free stuff to actually pick up. For example, couches, pillows, TVs. Yes, this TV is non-smart. You can actually go ahead and pick it up and sell to somebody out there. There's also like little bikes and toys for kids. Now, my main idea with this would be basically, you go ahead and you pick this stuff up for free. Obviously, you pay no money, just the gas and transportation and your entire time. And you go ahead and you list it back on Facebook for a price and say delivery included. And for example, you go to a garage sale and say, hey, can I put these items here? If this sell, we go half and half or 20/80, whatever it is. That way, you go ahead and make some extra money from things that people basically don't want. Now, the second idea is going on Facebook and buying things and going ahead and reselling them. Now, there's obviously a lot of people moving out of houses that basically have a lot of things to sell. You go ahead, go to those places, you buy those things for cheap, and then you store them in your van, and then you go ahead and sell them piece by piece for a pretty good profit margin. Now, so for example, if you go on Facebook and you type in, for example, moving out, right? Boom, everything pops up here. A bunch of people saying, hey, I'm moving out. I have a lot of stuff going for sale. do you want to come ahead and pick it up and buy it for a massive discount? And there's also even a guy here saying, hey, if you're moving out, I'll offer you my services. So that's also another idea right there. But the point is, you go ahead, you buy things for a discount, and then you go ahead and also sell them for a profit. Now, there's also this entire right here. If you actually go to liquidations.com, you can basically go ahead and go into brands and retailers and click Amazon. And now you're going to go ahead and buy pallets of things that basically people return that people don't want. And now Amazon is going to give it to you for a big discount. For example, this right here, $234, right, of things that have been returned from Amazon. Now, if you click right down here where it says view manifest, it shows you that the value of this is around $2,499 for general merchandise and also kitchen appliances. Now, the idea is, if you know how to go ahead, buy these things, then put it back on Amazon or eBay or garage sell them, you can actually go ahead and make a decent profit from them. Now, it's a good idea, but obviously, you need a van to go ahead and pick it up because the shipping in these places are insane. So usually you want to go ahead and pick them up. Now, on top of that, you can also go ahead and do retail arbitrage. For example, you go to Walmart, Marshalls, Target, and other stores out there, and you buy items that are mispriced in the stores in store. Now, the idea is, guys, that pricing is not perfect. So some items that you can actually find in store are going for cheaper. You can actually find them online. So the idea is, you go in these stores, you buy these things, right? For example, sneakers and other things that are mispriced, and you go ahead and sell them on Amazon or eBay as new items. For example, coffee machines and sneakers. I've seen a lot of people basically pack up 100 sneakers in a van and also coffee machines and stuff like that, and then go ahead and sell them on Amazon as brand new, and then basically make the money like that. Now, the one con is this, okay? Obviously, when you do this, there's a problem because basically you need cash to go ahead and buy those items, store them, then go ahead and sell them, and then you finally go ahead and get your cash back. But you need to have some initial capital to then go ahead and buy the items from Walmart, Marshalls, or Target, or other stores out there. For example, even the dollar stores, okay? There's a lot of things out there you can actually buy for a discount in store and then sell them online for a massive profit, okay? Now, for example, this guy right here actually sold over $1 million in 1 year just from buying things from Walmart and then selling them on Amazon. That's how mismatched prices actually go, okay? Just buying things from Walmart, selling them on Amazon for a profit, and boom, next thing you know, this guy's selling over $1 million every single year. Now, on top of that, guys, there is a second strategy. And it's basically something that I always wanted to do, which is basically go into storage units and then buy them because people basically stop paying them, and you buy their stuff for a discount, and then you go ahead, search through it, kind of like treasure hunting, and you find these things, and you actually go ahead and you actually sell them for a massive profit sometimes, okay? Now, here is a website to actually help you do this, okay? It's called, for example, storagetreasures.com, okay? Now, say, for example, if I scroll down here, it'll show me all of the storages that are actually going for sale. For example, this one right here in Florida, and by the way, you obviously put in exactly where you live and so on, that way you find places that are actually in your state. Now, the idea is that this right here is going for around $340, okay? And here, you have some Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and so on, so that's probably why it's going for so much money, because basically, you don't know if these things are actually going to be selling for a ton of money. For example, these cards don't look that serious, but in reality, they could go for sale to other collectors that actually want the money. There's also bags and jewelry in here, so that's why you actually want to buy this and then go ahead and sell it for a massive profits. I've seen people buy storages on TV, of course. They get to sell certain items for a massive profit, but sometimes they buy things that make absolutely no sense. There's always that risk also when you're playing this game right here. Now, the fourth idea is basically waste disposal for local businesses. Now, businesses, guys, have to pay to dispose of their waste. That's how it works. So the idea is you go to these businesses and say, for example, hey, I work for a company. By the way, when you go, have a uniform, have a business name in mind, and say, hey, I work for X and X business, and we actually do disposals in the area, and we have a van around the area, and we want to know if you're interested in actually having your waste disposed in for an affordable price. If they say, hey, I already have a company doing this, you say, hey, how much are they charging you? Whatever they say we're actually offering a 10% for the first year discount of whatever your quoted price actually is. Now, be careful, because someone might quote you a ridiculous price, and at that point, it might not be worth it. Now, obviously, now understand that you are a business when you're doing this, and you do have to make a profit, so don't just go in there and say, hey, I'll offer you a 50% discount because basically, if it doesn't make sense for you, then obviously you don't want to do the gig. And by the way, there are expenses. For example, the disposal sites you're actually going to go to dump the sites, basically, they're going to charge you money to actually dispose of it because basically you are a business. So keep that in mind also. Now, idea number 6, guys, is basically doing door-to-door delivery. For example, like IKEA. Now, IKEA is basically furniture, but sometimes they don't ship it to you, or sometimes they ship it for way too much of a high price. Now, if you have a van, you say, hey, I offer a same-day delivery service for X amount of money for whatever you basically want from IKEA. Small items, medium items, and also large items. For example, I can also go ahead and assemble the items for you, and if you don't like it, we can go ahead and return it for you and charge you a fee. That's the whole concept right there. Now, I actually found a company in New York that actually does this with vans, and it's basically called Perfect Assembly. And they do delivery, assembly, and also return service. And basically, if you have a small item, $59. If you have an average item, $150. If you have a large order, basically $200, not including the assembly, not including the return if you actually want to do that. So basically, if you live in Florida, if you live in any state with IKEA or businesses that basically don't really deliver or charge you too much money, well, there's a gap there to go ahead, take advantage, and then basically go ahead and deliver things the same day, assemble them, and return them if they don't want them. That's a pretty cool idea if you ask me. Now, idea number 7, 8, 9, and 10 are pretty similar, and some of them actually cost a lot of money, okay? But the idea is, say for example, you want to do a cleaning service. You go to companies, say, hey, I offer a service to actually clean your business for X amount of money. What is your quote? Once you find out the quote, basically you say, hey, we're actually offering in this zip code a 10% discount if you're actually interested, and we come in X days out of the week, and we come in and actually clean the business. On top of that, you can actually start a portable car wash business where basically you go door to door and say, hey, we offer a car wash service where we come in your entire house basically and clean your car. That way you don't have to expose yourself, okay, to go into a physical car wash and so on and so on. That's also a pretty cool idea. By the way, when you first start, obviously you're going to have to offer a discount. As times go on, maybe you can go ahead and raise the prices after you know you're actually a valuable asset and you actually are very more convenient than having to go to a car wash and so on. On top of that, you can actually go ahead and create a moving company. But obviously, I don't like this idea right here because basically moving people, they are heroes, okay? Because basically the stuff is really heavy. You can get hurt. Your back can get cracked. It's a very high risk job, and you basically do need 100% disability insurance because you never know exactly what's going to happen. And lastly, if you want, you can actually buy a food van, but obviously that's different, and that's also going to cost you a lot of money to build an entire food van, okay? And there's also, as a bonus here, there's people that are actually going, they build a van, right? And they basically put a barbershop in the van, and they actually offer a portable barbershop business, which is actually pretty cool now with the whole thing going on now, you know, the pandemic and so on, is actually might be a pretty good opportunity. But yes, it's gonna cost some upfront money. But guys, overall, that's around 11 ideas of businesses you can actually do if you actually have a van today to actually go ahead and create for yourself some income. Now guys, comment down below and let me know which of these ideas would you actually do if you actually had a van. Is something you actually want to do? Comment down below, let me know. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and as always, like this video if you liked it. On top of that, also subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. If you want to text me or talk to me one-on-one, join my Patreon, link down below, or send me a DM on Instagram at TommyBryson. And before I go, if you want to watch a video on basically how to start a gas station, yeah, a gas station step by step, here's that video right here, and click on. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always,